Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to day 5 of our 30-day mindfulness challenge. Day 5. Day 5. Day 5. I don't want to do the bell. There's things in that little sound bowl and I don't want to take it out right now. So let's take a beautiful deep breath in, raising our vibration, kissing our higher self, connecting with the divine. Come on in and type in your pound 1111. And so this is day 5 of our mindfulness challenge. Today, we're going to discuss goals. If you're watching this on a replay, please type in #replay and really give yourself that opportunity to go through the activities. If you haven't paid attention to the first 4 days, definitely give yourself that. This is a challenge for you to be mindfully present so that you can reach a goal or some goals. Often what I see are my clients coming to me kind of confused, and that's normal. You know, we all, I think, deserve therapy and deserve coaching. And confusion is just a lack of clarity. We receive clarity through mindfulness and through taking action, having that faith and really being disciplined, having that grit and being determined to persevere. So we want to reach our goals. In the previous days, we went over finding our why and really honing in on a particular goal that we want to accomplish. My goal is to be more consistent in another one of my businesses. And so, as we discuss goals, I think it's really important to be mindfully aware of the small steps it takes to obtain a goal. So let's say that your goal is more money, right? More financial income. So one of those steps that you take may simply be taking a class, a workshop, a seminar, even going back to formal or traditional school. It might be, 8-week course, a diploma or certificate program to obtain certification, credentials, degree, more knowledge, even hands-on experience to obtain that income that you're looking for. It may also be to be more consistent on social media. It may be being more open to approaching in real life. If you're selling a product or if you have a service to provide and you need to get your business out there in front of your niche or your audience. So goals are super, super, super important to discuss and to plan it out. If we don't plan for our future, we are planning to fail. If we don't plan for our future, we are planning to fail. And definitely this challenge, I really hope that you take it seriously enough so that you're not stuck in a situation where it's so scary because you don't have enough money coming in, or you don't feel like you can move out of your circumstances and they're less than where you want to be. They're not what you want, no matter what that may look like for you. So I want you to go back and look at the goal that you've set for yourself for this mindfulness challenge. And we're going to reverse engineer it. In order to reverse engineer it, you got to have that goal. So if you don't have that goal, stop. If you're on a replay, then just pause the video. And if you're on here live, just think about it for a minute. What is your goal? What do you want to accomplish within the next 25 days? What is it that you'd like to accomplish? It may be losing weight. It may just be being more fit. It may be your mental health. It might be some type of self-development. It could be just moving further along in um, your career. Whatever it is, maybe a personal relationship. But we've got to have that goal first. Okay? Now, I want you to pull out your calendar. It can be Google Docs. I love Google Docs. It could be a physical planner. It could be however way you want to put in the date, but you want to lock in the date. Okay? So I'm doing the same thing, and I'll show you my um, doing the same thing on my Google Docs. I'm pulling it out, and I'm putting my date for October 31st. That is the date that I want to have, or October 30th, which is that Saturday. I want to have my goal complete. And my goal is to be more consistent in my health and wellness business. Okay, now I am adding it in. Now it's in there. It is on my calendar as an end goal. Let me just make sure I'm going right back over there. The end of the month that I have it in there to be more consistent in my health and wellness business. And I'll just show you. You can see it. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know. But it's in there. And so now you're going to pull out your journal and you're going to write today's date. And I'm doing the same thing right along with you. Pulling out my special journal, my mindfulness challenge journal. Here's my journal. And we're going to write today's date. And you can be looking at this at any time. So whatever day it is, write down the date in your journal. And if this is the first recording that you're looking at, give yourself a couple of pages and then go back through the first 4 days of our mindfulness challenge and just just catch up, because this is definitely going to help you reach your goal if you participate. If you don't, then that's your choice. We all have that choice to make, so it's really up to you. But this is what I do to stay on task when I have goals that I need to make, that I need to meet. So in your journal, you're going to put your end goal. Right up at the top, you're going to put your end goal. That's your title of that page. Okay? And I'm putting my goal, and then I'm putting a colon, and I'm saying my goal because I want to claim it. There's accountability there when I claim it. My goal is to be more consistent in my health and wellness business. Now, you may have one of my clients, she has a goal to have $5,000 months in her business, one of her businesses, in her spiritual business. In order for her to do that, she has to have the clients. And in order to have the clients, she needs to be prepared with her price points and she needs to give value. So there's some work there that needs to be done in order to lead up to her end goal. So that's why you really want to start with your goal in mind. Okay, I think um, Stephen Covey, 7 Steps to Be Successful. I think that's where that was, and it's such an old book. It's such an amazing book. I highly recommend you get that. I think it's Stephen Covey. Had a couple of his things, probably several of his books, but yeah, so you want to have the end in mind. All right, so now that you've got your goal written down, you are going to number 1 through 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Literally, I just have 1 through 5 on each line underneath my title, which is my goal. All right, so what are the steps that you need to take in order for that goal to happen? I'll give you an example. My goal is to be more consistent in my health and wellness business. One of those things that I have to do is work my business at least 1 hour each day. Now, 1 hour is not long. We got all have 24 hours in a day, every single one of us. So I can decide, Nikki, I don't want to get out of bed. It was raining today. It was one of those sleep-in days. It is one of those sleep-in days. And it's cozy in the bed. And I can decide I'm going to sleep in. I can decide I'm going to just blow off getting up at 6 a.m. and or I could decide to get my butt up out of bed and maximize my hours and really get what I need done. So it's a choice, right? Here's the other thing. As I put on number 1, work my business each day at least 1 hour. That's not a lot. That's not a lot of time. But here's where it gets really tricky. If you are goofing off for that hour, I can get on Instagram and see a baby or a puppy picture or a video and I'm done. So I have to definitely go into each application, each social media, Facebook, YouTube, it doesn't matter. If I get on YouTube and I see something on the home screen that's going to pull me in, my mindset, my thought is, okay, Nikki, what do you have to do? Nikki, you have to post. Nikki, you're going live. Nikki, you've got to post this. Nikki, stay focused. So I'm talking to my human. My human is on board, and I'm literally saying that verbally out loud or inside of me. Most often I'm saying it out loud because I'm working by myself. But if I remember working with other people in corporate and I was still talking to my human out loud. So it's really your comfort level. Just definitely don't screw your human over and be more concerned about what other people have to say than what your human needs you to do. Because your human has to be on board with reaching your goal. If you act embarrassed about your human, if you act like you can't have that conversation with your human, then your human is going to be like, well, who the heck is talking to me? Who's telling me what to do then? So have that conversation inwardly, privately, without verbally saying it out loud or out loud, depends on your comfort level. But have that conversation. So, um, The next thing is that leads into income generating activities. You have to have a focused hour or however long you're putting in for your goals, okay? It has to be specific activities that generate that desired outcome. So let me repeat that again. Whatever your goal is, you have to have focused time throughout the day. So your day may be, I mean, your time may be 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hours. It could be, I strongly suggest you don't go under an hour because you want to make a goal. You want to meet it. So at least give yourself an hour. And more the better, okay? It depends on what your time frame is looking like and what your responsibilities, obligations are. So for example, if you're not working and your goal is to increase more income, then you've got a good 12 hours to max it out, 12, 16 hours of putting in some work because your job now is meeting that goal. Does that make sense? Hit the thumbs up button if that makes sense. Instead of watching whatever show was on TV, instead of scrolling through social media, your job is to make that goal. And you're not doing any job during the day. So you want to really max your time out and feel great about yourself instead of by the end of the day, you realize, oh my gosh, I haven't done anything to get further along to reach my goal. And that's what happens. We beat ourselves up. And quite frankly, most of the time, we deserve it. We're our worst critic, right? We're our worst judge. We judge ourselves harshly, but I'm a believer that when we haven't done what we were supposed to do during the day and we feel sorry for ourselves at night, we don't get to feel sorry for ourselves. We totally deserve to get that thought lashing, because we're inside ourselves beating ourselves up. Oh, we should have did this, we should have did that. And so to avoid that, do the work, right? So how many hours are you going to give yourself to do the work during the day? That has to be reasonable. If you have kids at home, you got littles that are homeschooled, be reasonable. Maybe you can give yourself a couple of hours, one maybe when they're sleeping, maybe not. I think first time moms, we all have that unreasonable, oh, I can get housework done when the kids are sleeping, when the baby's sleeping. Totally not true. But you don't know that until you're tore up, wore out, beat up, lethargic isn't even the word. House looks like a shambles and everything, but the baby is asleep where they're at. They could be knocked out on the floor. You will be knocked out right next to the baby, you know? And then the housework will just have to happen. And you try to get the baby involved, or you got the baby on your chest or your back while you're cleaning up, whatever it is. If you can hire somebody to help you do it, do it. If your partner's doing it, your husband and your spouse, whatever, then, so be realistic. What is that to you? Pause this video or just give it some thought and come back to the video. So, what then are your goal generating activities? Okay. So, comment what your goal is so that I can come back and help you with giving you some pointers on what activities to have in your hour or your couple of hours or how many hours you have to reach that goal, and just and help you, give you some suggestions that you might be open to. For me, my goal again is to be more consistent in my health and wellness business. So the first thing I have on my line, and my first number one, is work my business each day at least for 1 hour. At least 1 hour. So on my second line, I'm going to put do 7 income generating activities in that hour. And I've been doing this long enough to know that I can do 7 in 1 hour easy. I just break it up, 7 activities in 1 hour. Those activities are going to mean I'm going to get results by staying consistent. Does that make sense? Hit the thumbs up button if that makes sense. If I do 7 income generating strategies or activities in 1 hour, focused hour, consistently, every day, I know that is going to yield results because there's no such thing as overnight success. Whoever is successful has been working on that behind the scenes. You may not have seen the behind the scenes. They may have been MIA and they pop up and tell you what their win is, and you're like, "Where'd you come from?" Or, "Oh my gosh, that was like overnight." Nope. They'll just share it as, "This is what I did," as a general thing, and "This is what I got," as a huge win. And you're like, "What?" All the details missing, all the blood, sweat, and tears. They don't want to tell you about all the 3 days they didn't take a shower. All the, kids think you're MIA, spouse ready to divorce you, but they got that win. So the reality is, be realistic, go after your goal, but definitely write it down, make it plain. You know that it's in the Bible, it's in as many spiritual sacred texts as I have ever um, studied, to write it down so that you have something to go by. Remember, you're co creating with spirit, okay? That's God. So, the third thing on my list is accountability partner. Accountability partner. You may not know anyone that you can talk to about reaching your goal. Honestly, there might be jealous people around you, there might be the lack of support around you, and don't let that stop you from meeting your goal, from reaching your goal. You have aspirations, you have a goal you want to meet by the end of this month or the end of 30 days, right? And now we're on day 5. So you have 25 days to reach this goal. You have to have accountability. Somebody outside of yourself that says, "Great job," and is willing to tell you the truth about your lazy self, about your lack of discipline, about your give up too soon. You have to have that, and it's got to be somebody that's going to really keep it real with you. So if you don't have that person that's going to celebrate you as well as tell you about yourself, but don't judge you, then go into our closed Facebook group. It's private, it's Spiritual Guidance Academy, or comment here and say that I need an accountability partner. I need an accountability partner to help me reach my goal. It's so important. One of the things that I really am so happy about our platform is that we're a family. There's so many people that I see on social media that are only connected through Spiritual Guidance Academy. That's such a powerful blessing. That tells you so much about the love that we all have for each other. So even if you don't have a social media account and you're of age, definitely go on there and create the account and stop hiding from life and get some support from our community and ask how to set up your account, your Facebook account, your Instagram account, so that you don't have to see the things you don't want to see. So instead of hiding from social media, use it, especially if you have goals that you're trying to meet. So you got to have that accountability partner. And the other part of it is you're going to help your accountability partners stay accountable for their goals too. It's a simple meetup. It could be meet up on Friday afternoon to make sure that you guys both held true to your diet, or maybe you guys just cut out sugar, or you are like me. I am going to meet with my accountability partner once a week, and we've already figured that out. And we are both we both partnered with the same company. We have the same company, and we're both trying to be more consistent, and we are going to be more consistent in our business. So we are meeting together and holding each other accountable for our goals. Okay. The fourth thing that you want to write down is support. Okay. Who is your support? Who is your support? A lot of people say, um, there's no support around you, and I get it. I get it. There's a lot of jealousy and a lot of envy, but there's also a lot of support that we don't see right away. I think once you are recognizing your spiritual guidance, you're recognizing your support. Spiritual guidance is the way spirit reaches out to us. Divine source reaches out to us all of the time, throughout the day, throughout the night. So your support can be found through prayer. Your support can be found through asking. All you have to do is ask God, Lord, please show me, please send me my support. Thank you so much for sending me those who support me in reaching my goal. I promise you that works. I promise you, keep trying it and keep saying it, and put that intention out with really as positive energy as you can. And that's gratitude. And you got to see it as though it's already done. So say it as if you've already received that support. And here's how I do it. Divine Source, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sending me business partners that have amazing work ethic, that are compassionate, that are servant leaders. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be working with professionals like that. I'm so happy that I am working with like minded souls. I'm so grateful that my team is a bunch of light workers that are go get it, disciplined, strong work ethic people, mature, professional, really care about people, care about helping others. I'm so grateful. I go very detailed. I'm in it, and I'm feeling it. I feel the gratitude coming from within me outwardly. And that's really important because when you're asking, you are praying. And then when you're receiving, you're grateful. So having that round robin to me has proved very worthy. It's very effective because it has helped me manifest everything that I've ever gone after. And I can start to see that um, happen now with the next things that I'm manifesting in my life for my family and for myself and my business partners, actually. So the last thing is number 5. The last thing is commitment. Put that down there. Commitment. Commitment is number 5. Number 5, commitment. Commitment. What are you committing to? What are you committing to? What are you committing to? So commitment. I'm committed to reaching this goal. And I have to keep that word in the forefront of my mind so that my human knows we are committed to being disciplined to work these 7 income generating activities every for 1 hour every single day out of the week for 1 month straight. Every single day, every single day. And we're going to meet with our accountability partner once a week. And I'm going to continue to look out for the support in my life, continue to receive it, continue to be grateful for the support, and I'm committed to all of that. So that's what's in my journal. That's what I'm going to always go back to. That's what I meditate on. And I reflect on that as well. I hope that that makes sense. Don't you just love these? These are prayer plants, and I promise you they move just like that all the time. I highly recommend you getting those. This is on the eve of the new moon energy. This is a perfect time for you to manifest what it is you really want in your life and to really be more attached to divine energy than being of this world. Okay? So I hope that this really helps you. I definitely appreciate you holding me accountable and going through the activities with me for these next 30 days. I certainly needed it. I needed a quick, boost to my own goals and plans. And I needed to put myself out there because I needed deeper accountability. And for me, that means coming out consistently every day. It may not be the same time every day, but I will be putting out a video of how I do it, and hopefully that'll help you. I'll do that every day for 30 days. And what happens every time I do this on my own, what ends up happening, like do this often in my wellness business with my team. I'll do what we call a challenge. It's a challenge, and my company does it every year. So I will do it on my own, and I'll do a 90-day challenge. If I do it for 30 days, I'm revved up, I'm ready to go. I've created a new habit. If I do it for 60 days, oh my gosh, I'm in it to win it, and I want to go strong, and I don't want to stop. So I'll shoot for 90 days, and that way, I'm halfway there to a new behavior, a new pattern that I will have created, right? Why 6 months? Why is that so important? Well, we know that spiritually, the moon, Luna, who does control our feelings, we are mostly water. Luna controls that ocean tide, controls the moon's pull. We know that scientifically that happens. Now, it has nothing to do with spirituality. We know that scientifically that is true. So when you combine that science with spiritual, what you get is using the moon cycles to manifest exactly what you want, because the placement that is in the sky is in the same exact placement 6 months from now. Let's say you start your goal now, 6 months from now, but it's in an energy that says either release or begin. So it's in the opposite, but it's in the same placement, if that makes sense. We talk about this a lot on our platform, so hopefully that does make sense for you, but I definitely go into step by step detail in our coaching. So if coaching is something that you would like to do, we have Coach Darian is an expert relationship and life coach. You definitely can get in touch with him. His schedule books up extremely fast during the winter season. So, um, I would not tarry with that. I would definitely secure your space if I were you. And me, if you are open to spiritual coaching, definitely get with me. Have a beautifully blessed day. Today is day 5, and I will see you very, very soon. Love you.